Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday Tarot here at Ho Ho Ho. I've been awake since 4 a.m. It is probably time for me to take a nap, but you know what? When spirit wakes you up, I guess get up. I guess you're awake. I guess you're up now. And I really was awake because I didn't actually get up. Like, I listened to a few songs, I relaxed, and then I thought, well, I'll do my meditation. And so I plugged in my old school CD player and listened to my CD, my actual CD that I got with the Listen and Receive home study program that I'm doing from pathwaysoflight.org. I fucking love it, you guys. I absolutely love it. So, it's good. And I love this. I love the meditation. The very first time I heard it, like just to see if the CD player worked, I thought, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, maybe I'll have to record this myself. But I'm actually loving the kind of monotone, hypnotic, way she talks now. Like, it's actually, I think, a benefit to me to have someone else read it to me than me. I know, right? I can't believe it. Self-absorbed Sadie is liking somebody outside herself. Yeah. So I love it. And it does really help me take me to a place inside of me. And then you journal afterwards. And my inner teacher is a fucking sweetheart. Like, so afterwards, you're supposed to write down the messages that you receive from your inner teacher. Nothing but sweetness is coming through. So I know it's not just me. Are you ready to pull some tarot cards with me? Okay, so our herb of the week is seaweed. The ocean. Wasn't that so sweet too? Yesterday, getting those beautiful flowing affirmations, those inclusive affirmations to open up to the unity of the cosmos. Let's open up to each other. Let's get more intimate. And no, I'm not asking you to do anything weird, you perv. Intimacy does not necessarily mean sex. But from all my listeners who would like to have sex with me, all right, I definitely need a nap. Intimacy. We're not intimate enough with each other in our lives, like in our conversations, in our honesty, in our openness to connect our minds together, to connect mentally. And I feel like seaweed wants us to be intimate and close. And, it's like there might be one strand, one leaf plant of seaweed, right? But in the seaweed garden, all the plants are growing together in a collective. They're flowing, they're tickling each other, they're close. Nobody's grabbing on and holding on to anything. Everything's fluid. It's very intimate. And when we get intimate and close with each other in our minds, that's when we start having more synchronicities. That's when we develop a deepening to our connection. That's when we get on the same wavelength, right? You start to know exactly what I'm going to say even right before I say it, because you're in my mind and I am in yours. So I open up to the inclusive unity of the cosmos. That is how you can have information and access to everything, because we are all connected. So seaweed's super sweet. Affirmations got us swimming in the divine ocean of life. right? Bathing in divine love. See, we're sharing the same bathwater. We're being a fountain of peace. We're just like radiating loveliness when we get in this mindset of love and unity and seaweed. So it's time for us to say goodbye to the shallows. It's time for us to say goodbye to the shallows of separation. And here's what I'm talking about: intimacy. You and I can have a shallow conversation, or we can have an intimate conversation. Which one do you want to have with me? Because I'm definitely capable of both. Certainly. We've been trained to be shallow. We're all really good at it. It's just a fucking waste of our time anymore to be like, hey, buddy, how's it going? Same old, same old. How about you? Not much. Can't complain. It's like, I think that we're almost about ready to be like, I don't know, what does an intimate, deep conversation look like? Do we even have a reference to that? So that's something I want us to like mull upon this week. Sort of like chew on, think about how chewy seaweed is. Did you ever gag on sushi with the nori? You didn't chew it up good enough? And like it starts going down your throat, but like it's still also in your mouth and you have to like pull it out. Oh, you've not had that experience? Well, you definitely got to get this stuff chewed up pretty good. So let's chew on the idea of embracing others, of being sweet. Like my inner teacher apparently is a fucking sweetheart, of offering healing and comfort, of being open to intimacy, of being open to connecting our minds together, because they connect anyways. But I think like putting out the intention that we want to connect in love, in peace, connect in unity, connect in comfort, embracing and healing, connect in all the good stuff. Yeah. Connect in seaweed. We want our minds connected like seaweed, yo. All right, so is now a good time to do our affirmations? Yeah, since I don't have my deck out, and I'll just let you know, we're going to do the Mermaid Tarot spread. Of course, right? Because seaweed. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our herb of the week, seaweed. And I thank you so much for being here. I open up to the inclusive unity of the cosmos. I swim in the divine ocean of life and bathe myself in divine love. I am a fountain of peace. I say goodbye to the shallows and live in the depths. I embrace others, offering healing and comfort. I open up to the inclusive unity of the cosmos. I swim in the divine ocean of life and bathe myself in divine love. I am a fountain of peace. I say goodbye to the shallows and live in the depths. I embrace others, offering healing and comfort. And so it is. Yes, mermaids. How could I not? Our herb of the week is seaweed. How could we not do a mermaid tarot spread? By Solstice Shop. Yeah, I love Solstice Shop. I'm her official retweeter. Yeah, I'm still laughing about the joke I told her from Tarot Spread Layout. That's my hoarding Instagram page where I hoard tarot spreads at Tarot Spread Layout. I messaged her, commented like I should just rename this to like Solstice Shop repost page, because every time I turn around she's like doing another good one. And I thought to myself, didn't I already do this one? Because I've actually hoarded this for quite some time. And I thought, maybe I already did the Mermaid tarot spread. I know I wanted to. Did I do it, or did I just think about doing it? And so I scrolled back through my Herb Oracle Instagram to see if I could find it. Like scroll, like got a little motion sick. Like I was like, ugh, don't do that. So I went to my YouTube, where I have uploaded all the hoes, and I'm uploading them in real time. So just as a reminder, you can listen at Sadie Marie Cherico and help me get my watch minutes if you don't care where you listen to the podcast. Like, it's being published at the same exact time on my YouTube if you want to listen over there. But anyway, so I have a playlist of all the hoes, all the episodes, from 1 to whatever the number this is, 370? I don't know, 71? Where are we at? I don't know. Anyways, my point is, I use the search bar to search my videos for Mermaid, and I am disappointed in myself. I have nothing came up. No Mermaid anything. That means I don't have a Mermaid Oracle deck. I don't have a Mermaid Tarot deck, and I didn't do this Mermaid spread. But that's not disappointing, because that means we can do it today. So anyways, of course we're going to hang out with some mermaids. 3 of them. We have 3 mermaids here on the Mermaid Tarot spread. And there's 3 questions. So get your deck. I've been shuffling mine like a maniac while we did our affirmations. Ooh, for seaweed. And there's 3 questions. I'm going to tell you them right now. And the mermaid tails are so pretty. So you don't actually see all you see is the mermaid tails, because the mermaids are hiding behind the cards. They're like holding it up like they're little Vanna Whites. But there must be like huge cards, because, all you see is their tails. Now, what am I diving into and working towards? What am I diving into and working towards right now? That's our first question. What am I diving into and working towards right now? So it's kind of like a question. I'm like, I don't know, a lot of stuff. So it'll be interesting what the deck brings out. Okay, put your deck down. Say your deck is cleared. The middle mermaid says, where am I making waves in my life? So first we're going to say, like, okay, what am I diving into right now? What am I working towards right now? And then, where am I making waves in my life? You could kind of take that as rough waves or getting energy flowing. You know what kind of waves are are they like, oh, come up and tickle your little piggies? Or are they like, yo, bitch, knock your ass down? What kind of waves, what kind of energy do you have going on in your life? So that'll be the middle mermaid. And then our final question is, what is washing away from me at this time? Because even if you draw an incredible picture in the sand or make a magnificent sand sculpture of Scooby-Doo, eventually the waves is going to come up and ruin it. Wash it away. There is nothing permanent on the beach, in the ocean of this life. Like, everything gets washed away. So it's a natural process to let things go and to wash away from you. Like, are you really going to try to save your sand sculpture as the water relentlessly keeps coming up on it again and again and again? No, you wouldn't. I mean, unless you're fill in the blank. Unless you're a fill in the blank. You can fill in the blank any way you feel comfortable. But it's like, no, you wouldn't do that. You really wouldn't. So, what is washing away from me at this time? Hey, let's just acknowledge it. So I love the tails. The first one's like this like greenish turquoise. Beautiful. And then the middle one's like pink and a little gold here and there. And then the final one's like blue with violet highlights. They are so cute. And there's like glitter sand behind them. It's the Mermaid Tarot spread by Solstice Shop. Is it shop or shop A? Can somebody please educate me and class me up a little bit? Western Pennsylvania didn't do a very good job. Okay. So yeah, I couldn't remember like if I did this or not. Did you ever have that experience? You're like, did I send that email Or did I just think about sending it and now I don't know if I sent it or not? It seems like I may have, but then you have to like actually go check. My mom was cracking me up the other day. Like, she did this in like such a ridiculous way. She was supposed to pick up our hydroponic lettuce. So she drove to the town to pick it up. She visited with her mom for a while, and then she literally said to her mom, okay, I gotta go because I gotta go pick up the lettuce. It's, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta go pick up the lettuce. And then my mom says, she's like, and then Sadie, I got in my car and drove home without picking up the lettuce. And it was like she was almost home before she was thinking about how she was hungry and she the lettuce on her burger, her veggie burger, and then bam, she's like, oh my God, I never picked up the lettuce. And she's like laughing but upset, and she's like, I don't know how I did this. And I was like, Mom, you said like, I'm going to go pick up the lettuce now, and like your brain registered that as, oh, I've picked up the lettuce now or something. Like, we've all done this. And I was like, don't beat yourself up, you'll never do it again. But I could relate, it's like, did I do that or did I just think about it? That's how powerful the mind is. That's why hypnosis works. That's why we learned all our hypnotic words last year. That's why we have been cleaning up our thoughts. That's why we have been telling ourselves better things, because whatever you tell the brain, it's going to listen to you. It's always listening to you. So what are you telling it? How are you programming it? It's like, if you tell your mind, tell your brain that something's going to suck, it will. If you tell your brain that you've done something already, it thinks it did it. So like, if you wanted to like quit smoking, you say, I don't smoke anymore, I quit smoking. And the brain's like, oh yeah, we don't smoke anymore, we quit. Like, whatever you fucking tell yourself, you will listen to. So when my mom said that she was going to pick up the lettuce, like, the brain took that as, I have picked up the lettuce. I don't know. But anyways, we all do it. And that's what I thought about this Mermaid tarot spread. I was like, did I already do it? Or have I just read it so many times and thought about it and hoarded this spread for so long that I thought I already did it? Interesting. So anyways, use it to your advantage. That's what I'm saying, y'all. When you understand how your brain works a little bit better, and your thoughts are energy and powerful, and you can program yourself and command yourself and rewire yourself. You can rewire yourself. Use it to your advantage, okay? All right. Mermaid Tarot spread. You ready? Did you get shuffled? Did I give you enough time? Okay. Whew, here it is. Just boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. 3-card layout. Mermaid Tarot spread for you and me on Tarot Tuesday at How. I'm in a really good mood today, guys. I should always get up at 4 a.m. Delirium suits me. All right. What am I diving into and working towards right now? So all this water, all this seaweed, I did not get to hardly swim at all this summer, which really sucked. So my inner mermaid is thirsty, very thirsty for water, and I hope that next summer I hope that I get some more water in my life. Okay, what am I diving into and working towards right now? I'm going to ask the Herb Crafters Tarot, what am I diving into and working towards right now? I know without even pulling a card, it's love, it's openness, it's willingness, it's connection. It is intimacy, you guys. It really is. All right, so what am I working on? Okay, here we go. Here's our card. I don't even know why I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet. Like, it could be something really bad. It is the Two of Air. And it is reversed. It's chicory. But I kind of like it reversed because it looks like seaweed. It really does. In a way, it kind of does have this seaweed feel to it because all the chicories are sort of like dangling, and you can see that they might become fluid, ever so fluid, and they're together. And like everything I just said about like us like being close, intimate, slimy seaweed. How could you not want to join me? It kind of has that, but in its chicory field. Okay, a field of chicory. I'm just gonna flip it upright, yeah, because there's some butterflies. But when it's reversed, it's more focused on the greens and the flowing, and it's almost as if like it's like there's this chicory seaweed like growing on the surface. Is this how seaweed grows? And it kind of like grows down a little bit. I don't think that's how seaweed grows at all, Sadie. But anyways, it's like just flowing. It could, like, remember how I talked about my hair in the bathtub? I could see that, you know, there could be some movement in this chicory. And when it's upside down, reverse, the two of air, more focus on the greenery, less of the cute little periwinkle flowers. So the greenery, let's see here. So what was even the question now? What am I diving into? I'm diving into a seaweed of chicory, a sea of chicory, and working towards right now. All right, so I don't know why it's reversed. We'll think about that. Like right before did I say 3? It's a 2. It's upside down and in cursive, so I forgive myself. 2 of air. 2 of air? I don't know. 2 of air. I don't know why it's reversed. Okay, let's see what chicory says. To answer the question, what am I diving into and working towards right now? Oh, I see why it's reversed, because it might be a little bit of a challenge. Okay. Holy funny. Okay, chicory says, I'm diving into and working towards releasing long-held beliefs. I'm trying to release some long-held beliefs. I'm trying to be receptive to guidance, and I am. I'm doing a 30-day listen and receive. I want to get better at that. And here's the one that's funny, very funny. Being open to unlikely partnerships. So, all right, I'll just tell you, I have a friend and he is maybe an unlikely partnership, but maybe not. Maybe not. Like, I have to be receptive and open and willing to, you know, see a holy partnership and relationship and any friendship and all my friendships. But this friend in particular would like to get mushy with me. Like this friend in particular seems to want to love me up. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Let me talk to you first before I'm really, and this is the thing. My long-held beliefs, I don't know, the past year where like I basically worked myself into a place where I was like, fine, universe, I don't even want a lover. I literally did that, got there, and then I shit you not, I turn around and the universe is like, good, we finally got you where we want you. Here's a lover. Not that he's my lover yet, but like, you know what I mean? I didn't realize I was screaming. And it's like, how dare you, universe? How dare you, son of a gun? But that's the way it is. Once we stop wanting something, because wanting is not having. Wanting actually like puts us in a place where like we want it because we don't have it. So that constant wanting actually keeps you in that vibration of wanting. And the fucking irony is, once you get out of it and you don't want it anymore, it comes to you. And then your ego's a little bitch and it's like, well, I don't even want it now. Huh. You took too long. So anyways, there's the long held belief all year, right, that I've had, like, well, I was like wanting. Then I was like, you know what? I'm actually seeing the benefit of not being distracted. I'm actually seeing the benefit of taking a chunk of my life and not getting loved up and not having love. But here's the thing. That's not what we need to be doing in 2021. So literally, remember how we ended 2020? Our 365 podcast, Choose Your Path, Light or Dark. This is not the year to hold on to your beliefs that you can do it alone, that you should be alone, that you should be separate, that you should be unloved or unloving or cold-hearted. You are actually choosing the path in 2021 for the rest of your life. No pressure, but you should think about it. So it's like, do I want love or not? Of course I want love. I was literally born for love. You know, I knew right off the get-go I was gonna love people, even though I hate people. Maybe I don't actually hate people. Maybe I genuinely do love people, but like these long-held beliefs that my ego has created, it's time to release them. Now, is that going to be easy? Maybe not, but that all is maybe not why chicory came in reversed, because it is difficult to release belief systems that you have believed your entire life. You know, it's hard to do that because you've put your faith into that belief system. Now, hopefully it was a good belief system, but a lot of the times it's not. All right, so that's one thing that I am diving into and working towards right now. Being receptive to guidance, doing my meditations, doing my inner work, connecting with my inner teacher. I am diving into that. I'm committed. I'm committed to A Course in Miracles this year. I'm diving into that. But yeah, what am I working towards right now? An unlikely partnership. Hey, and it's like, here's the thing. It's like, I think our best course of action for this year is to love and be kind no matter what. Love everybody up regardless if it works out the way you thought it should or not. Don't pinch off the love towards that person, this circumstance, this community, this world. It's like, keep the love flowing. Keep a constant flow of kindness, of love, of support, of comfort. Be like, yeah, motherfucker, it did not work out, and I love you so much. Everything's gonna be okay. Give me a hug. You know? And it's like, let's just get into that place where we are love. I know it seems crazy for me to talk like this because I am such a bitch. But that bitch gets faded-er and faded-er and faded-er all the time. She's just fading out of my life. And I do bring her back for humor because I like her. I think she's funny. But the way I feel inside and the frequency that I'm offering and emitting and the vibration that I am tapping into is more of love. As I continue to break down my ego-induced negative beliefs, my beliefs of separation, my beliefs that no one can love me, actually. You know, no, that's not true. Everyone can love you. You can love everyone, and everyone can love you in our seaweed garden. So it's like, let's dive into being receptive to guidance. Let's work towards unlikely partnerships because we are coming from a different place now. We're purifying ourselves. We're centering ourselves. We're balancing ourselves. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do more of that. And now we can dive into these deeper waters. I'm not ever asking you to dive into the shallow end ever again. You know, it's like, let's dive deep together. So yeah, let's just talk about chicory too. Chicory. Chicory thrives in a meadow. And yeah, the tall stems usually pierce the sky, but now that it's reversed, it looks like they're in water. And so, yeah, chicory does, it helps birds, ground nesting birds, it gives them a home. The pollinators love it. There's bees and moths and wasps and aphids and butterflies. Like everyone loves the chicory. But chicory wants to come in today with the mermaids. And isn't that funny? It's like chicory's like, haha, I usually grow in a meadow, but today I'm hanging out in the ocean. It's an unlikely partnership, but look how beautiful I is upside down. Old ideas can be blinders to new wisdom. So chicory wants us to let go of worn out thinking. So we cannot find solutions if we're always focused on the problem. We cannot see clearly in the water, in the ocean, if we're still holding on to our old worn out goggles. So, and actually we were just talking about this in my afternoon ACIM yesterday. You know, it's like you have a choice and you get to choose. Are you seeing your life through ego eyes or Holy Spirit eyes? So is your thinking of ego or is it of spirit? And that will definitely change the way you see things depending on how you are seeing them. Your seeing matters. How you see your life matters. How you see your brothers and sisters on this planet matters. As you see them, you will see yourself. So that's why we really have to choose love again and again and again and again and always. You're literally setting the tone for your life. All right, so chicory is usually classified a weed, but yeah, now they're really putting it into like fiber one bars and yogurt. Yeah, fiber one, you know what I call them. If you've hung out with me long enough, you know that I call them farty one bars, because what is it about chicory that makes you fart? So anyways, it is a beneficial medicine plant that, yeah, all the insects love it, and it wants us to be receptive to new guidance. It wants us to gather information before taking action, and then be still and look within. So my ego, let's talk about my unlikely partnership. Let's talk about my new friend. My ego looks at him from the ego's perspective and basically plasters him with red flags. Okay, so I know in a couple months we'll say, I told you so, if it doesn't work out, but whatever. I want to use myself as an example in different perspectives. I'm just cautioning my haters. I know what you might do to me in a couple months. I don't want to hear it. Okay. So my ego's like, I don't know. Let me show you some judgment here, honey. You've forgotten how to be, ego's like, you've forgotten how to be judgmental. Okay. So let me show you. We don't like that he does this and that. Okay. We just don't think that's a good idea. He's an Aries. All right. So ego wants to predict in its own way how it's going to go. Ego wants to say, you know what? I don't think that's a good idea. It seems too familiar. Seems like it's not going to work out. You already know it's not going to work out. So just, you know what? Let's just stamp this one and move on. Okay, so that's the perspective of the ego. Now, Holy Spirit only knows love, only knows innocent. Holy Spirit is my inner teacher. When I look at my unlikely partnership from Holy Spirit sees the spark of light and love that he is. Holy Spirit sees him as perfect and innocent and not a body. So Holy Spirit knows that it's fine. Everything's fine. Like everything is love. And if I'm coming from a place of love and I'm looking through a lens of love, I will get what I choose to see. I will get love if I choose to see love. So it's like it's new for us to be receptive to this new guidance. And that's why chicory is reversed, because it's like it's going to take practice to be still and listen and receive within. It takes practice to look within. It just does. But as the long chicory taproot brings nourishment to the surface, you too will retrieve nourishment when you dive deep within yourself. A deep dive will quiet self-doubt. So in your life, if you're starting to doubt yourself or anything because of your beliefs, or you're just not hearing your guidance, or oh my God, like you're not living from love, go deep. Just pause. Stop and pause and be still and go within and remember who the fuck you are. You are love. You really, really are. You are a loving mermaid swimming in the seaweed ocean. So what is really true for you? Chicory says, what is really true for you? Acknowledge what you do not want to accept, then be willing to listen. Then be willing to listen. So this comes into like our intimacy stuff too, because it's like when it is your turn to share, do not hide behind a closed, fearful heart. So the reason that your relationships have not worked out is because you were, one, letting your ego be your teacher. Your ego can guide you in the wrong direction. And you were letting your ego tell you that you should keep secrets. You should hold back. You should not completely open up. You should keep your heart closed and protected. And see, that's terrible advice. That's like the worst. But that's what the ego does. That's what the ego is. The ego wants to keep you separated. It wants to keep you looking for love, but it will never, ever, ever let you find it. So Chicory says, open wide like the bold chicory flowers. Open wide. Release your old beliefs like the petals falling off of a chicory flower. Pluck them off and be like, I release this belief. I release this belief. I release that belief. You have to keep on plucking out the old beliefs. Trust me. And sometimes those old beliefs have more petals than you'd think. You'd be like, okay, good, I got it. You forgot that one. So anyways, maybe if you want to craft with the two of air and the chicory, it says to, if you can get to a field where there's some chicory or some pollinating insects, observe them. Observe them and ask yourself, and maybe journal this, how might I open more in my relationships? I mean, a simple step is quit having stupid ass conversations. Ask better questions. Share more openly. Open up your heart and be willing to share. Talk about your feelings. Talk about your experiences. Go deep. I mean, be the troublesome mermaid that makes people go deeper. You know, it's like don't just lay in the shallows with people anymore. Grab their hand and swim them into deeper waters. Be the one that dictates and directs that conversation into a deeper space. You don't have to scare them. You don't have to dive to the bottom or nothing. Just a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, and see who's receptive. See who wants to connect or who is ready to open-heartedly connect with you. And then play with them. Let them be your new mermaid friend, even if it's an unlikely partnership because you're a mermaid and he's a seal. Be bold and clear. Be bold and clear. All right, I took a little bit of a break because I needed to make tea, and then I was like, you know what? I want to listen to the affirmation recording again. You know, well, actually, all right. then I realized as I'm listening to it, I'm like, why does it sound different today? I put the wrong fucking music to it. That's why, Sadie. So then I had to go edit that out, which made me think, oh, so this means I uploaded it to YouTube wrong. So then I had to go delete that video, and now I'm like making a brand new video. Sometimes perfectionism is a little bit obnoxious. However, I caught it early enough that I felt totally okay deleting and repeating. But it's fine. I'll do what I want. If I find a mistake early on, I figure I was meant to catch it and correct it. If I find it later on, I'm like, fuck it. But it was like too early in the game to look away. So, all right. I predict. I keep looking at the seaweed card, the witch's kitchen, with prediction. Prediction. Sometimes you can be a total dick with your predictions. Especially if you're predicting bad stuff. Don't you see that you're like getting what you think you're going to get? So predictions, of course, come true for you because you're saying how you want it to be in a lot of ways. Just something to think about. All right, so as we think about what kind of waves we're making in our lives, are ready to do the second card with me? Get yourself a little shuffle if you need to. I like to put my deck up to my heart on my chest and just sort of infuse it with love and my intentions and my energy so that, you know, I feel appreciation probably is the main reason. And also so that I just tune in and helps me quiet down. So then I can focus on my question, where am I making waves in my life? I really hope I'm only making good waves at this point. But I can see, like, let's just keep talking about my new friend. We'll just call him David, just because that's his name. And, you know, as I push him away, thinking, this is a bad idea. Like, I just better not, you know, like, no, thank you. No repite, por favor. No, thank you. I'd rather not. Because I think I know the prediction, because I'm going to make that prediction come true. My ego will sabotage and ruin. That's what it does. So as I push his attention away, as I basically like reject the whole idea, that's pushing. Think about it. When you are pushing the energy away, like pushing water away, pushing it away creates a ripple, creates a wave. And when you're like that makes a choppy wave. And so I was observing myself and how I was feeling. Like, I really don't feel good when I push his attention away, or whenever, here's the real thing, when I very well was enjoying the attention and I am feeling connected to him and open to him, and that freaks me out a little bit. And so when I deny that, that doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good to fight the wave coming back at me, right? Because it goes out and it comes back again at you, right? That resistance wasn't feeling good. And then I was like, well, how do you feel when you let it in? And I was like, well, it feels pretty good, you know? So it's like, you kind of have to know what kind of waves you're making. Oh, you're making the waves, all of them. You're responsible for everything. I hope you, at this point in our friendship and hanging out, you get this. You are responsible for everything in your life. Every circumstance, every thought, every relationship, every experience, everything. You are responsible for the way you perceive life, and you are responsible for the waves you are making. So where am I making waves in my life? We'll just see what the deck says, if it gives me an area or maybe an insight of what type of waves. But I'm just saying, with or without a tarot deck, I am noticing which waves feel better, because I'm recognizing that there's a difference in energy and a difference in my experience. Do I want to let in this wave, Or do I want to look at the card flying out at me? Or do I want to fight it and resist it, or do I want to let it in? All the time, you guys, it's a choice. Do I want to make waves with the ego, or do I want to make waves with the Holy Spirit? Do I want the ego, who literally wants to destroy anything somewhat good in my life? The ego will never let me be happy. It will have me chasing illusions, and it will convince me that I should be alone. Do I want to make waves with the ego, or do I want to make waves with divine love? Do I want to make waves with peace? Do I want to make waves that are warm and fuzzy? Do I want warm and fuzzy waves or not? And I'm just at the point where it's like, it feels so good to have someone to laugh with and connect with and love with and create with and brainstorm with and think with. And so I was laughing because I was like, well, what does this person even have to offer me? Right? What is okay, red flag detector, Captain Ego Pants. Just hold on a second. Let's even think about what this person has to offer me. And I was like, well, you know, he's a musician. He plays guitar. Okay, so music. He wants to love me. So, okay, love. So music, love. And he's so funny. Laughter. I was like, oh, only music, love, and laughter. Like, oh, that's all he has to offer me. Only my 3 favorite things in the fucking world. Oh, yeah, let's get rid of him. So it's like my ego's like sulking, like, she figured it out. We almost got her to sabotage something that might be kind of fun and good for her. But she figured it out. Yeah, I figured it out enough to at least be open and willing and enjoy myself. I don't have to attach to any 3D construct of how it should go or how long it should last or what it should look like. Like, I'm just at the point where I'm like, can I just please receive the gift? Can I just please have fun? Can I just please enjoy myself? For the love of God, can somebody else make me laugh for once other than me? Can I just have someone to laugh with? Huh? So anyways, do you want to see what the card that came out? What's the question? The question is, where am I making waves in my life? And it is also upside down. Is my whole deck upside down? Kind of, a lot of them. Not all of them, because I gave it a tornado spin. I just was looking. All right, fine. Where am I making waves in my life? Dandelion. The Fool. All right. Is this also reversed because it's kind of hard to start a new adventure when you're an old hag? Maybe. Right? Where am I making waves in my life? Dandelion comes in with this fantastic medicine wheel mandala, and there is a monarch butterfly. And the Fool, number 0, says, follow your dream seeds, be audacious in your adventures, and seek wisdom in weeds. So, where am I making waves in my life? There's a wave coming in. It wants you to do something new. It wants you to, you know, leave your comfort zone a tiny bit, right? Let somebody else into the pod. It wants you to be open to an unlikely partnership, like Chicory said. And yeah, it's not easy when you have not been adventurous, when you have not been actively in that energy of the Fool that is so focused on the sunshine or the rose that he doesn't see the cliff, right? He doesn't, right? I'm so far away from that energy because I have everything planned this year. I have a really tight schedule. I'm actually I feel too busy for even like ladies night this year. that's what I was thinking. Like, oh my gosh, like making daily videos, working on 2 podcasts, maybe paying attention to my children, right? Getting the housework done. Like, I don't really feel like there's any room for fun or like even having any energy left in the evenings, right? But as I continue on through January, okay, we're almost, my God, like 10 more days or something, and we're into February. Maybe 11, I'm not sure. But like, I'm actually acclimating to this faster moving current. So whereas at the beginning I thought, oh my God, like how do I do a podcast and a video in one day? I'm actually doing that easy peasy plus so much more as I let spirit direct me and guide me and encourage me and be my inner teacher. Now, my ego said I couldn't do it. My ego said I should quit. My ego, don't get mad, but my ego actually told me not even to come back to Ho. It said, leave it at 365, fuck them. But I was like, but I love them. And the ego was like, fuck them. And I decided not to listen to my ego, and I came back. And like, the more that I listened to my heart, my foolish heart, the more like, I don't ever want to quit the things that I love. I don't ever want to pinch myself off from a new experience, a new adventure. Like why would I ever want to live half-heartedly? I want to love fully. I totally want to be a fool. Absolutely. The fools are the ones having fun. The fools are the one that's actually alive, right? Most people, especially this past year, are so afraid of living. People are literally walking corpses at this point. They have no life going through their veins whatsoever. So it's like, even though that's the way society wants to keep everybody tired, depressed, dumbed down, scared, full of fear, don't do anything that's not safe. And I'm not saying like be crazy and shuffle dance on the edge of a cliff. I'm not saying to do that. Use a green screen, okay? Don't actually do that. Just green screen that experience for yourself. I just watched a video. It's called Apocalyptic, and it was like shuffle dancing. And were they actually on a ledge? I'm like worried. The mother in me was like, honey, no, honey, get back, move aside. But I'm like, please let that have been a green screen. Anyways, are you alive or not? Dandelion says. Are you following your true north? We have the directions here, and it's like, even reversed, it's still the same directions, it's still with a strong focus on the vertical path, up and down, up to spirit, down into you, up into spirit, down into the earth, right? We want to live in this vertical realm. That's why, to me, there's more rocks, like there's 3 rocks in the north and south, and only 1 small rock east and west. Because it's like, yeah, we're down here in the playground, in the 3D playground, horizontal living. Yeah, we've got things going on, but yet we have to stay vertical as much as we can. Up into our higher selves, down into Gaia. That's where we're going to have the most fun. That's where we're going to have the most enjoyable experience. That's how we're going to be supported and feel like we can follow our dream seeds. So where am I making waves in my life? Well, I feel like it's like, yeah, follow your dream seeds. Like, ego 2020 got me so convinced that I am unsupported because, yeah, financially you guys do a shit job. But regardless of that, ego, stop it. Ego has me convinced that because I'm not financially flourishing, I should quit. Ego's like, wrap it up, retire, never talk again. Right? And it's like, all right, well, that seems silly because I've been like, perfecting my craft. Now you just want me to quit? Like, oh, I actually have hundreds of people listening in now. Like, oh, I should quit now? So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to my foolish heart. So it's like, yeah, like ego has me held back from following my dream seeds. It wants me to not live, right? And that's kind of how it was getting. Like, it was like, all right, so 2021, I'm just going to I'm going to finish my podcast. I'm going to retire. I'm going to do the Course in Miracles, and then I can die. Like, that's kind of actually how I started out this year. Kind of feeling like, you know what? And then I'm done, and I've added enough to the world, and there's just really nothing here for me. And I get in that place a lot because, like, I just have not been living. I've been like everybody else, and really not living fully. So Dandelion is saying, there are waves. You're making these waves where you want to live, where you want to be adventurous, where you want to get the fuck out of your stupid little ass ego mind and step into your true power, your true wisdom, be loving in a big, 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 big way. You don't want to live in the shallows anymore. You want to reside in the depths. So these are big, enormous waves coming in, and it kind of is make or break. It kind of is like live or go ahead and die. Like, really, like if you're not going to live, then die. Because what is your point? Do you want to be full of life and joy and love and enjoyment and appreciation and exuberance? Do you want to feel exhilarated? Or are you just getting through? Are you just finishing and then not even finishing strong? So anyways, yeah, there's a beautiful basket of dandelion flowers. It's in this green, green, green grass. There are stones that are marking the cardinal directions. And yeah, possible paths. So where am I making waves in my life? There are some possible paths. There's a monarch, right? That's a symbol of transformation. That's a symbol of migration. That is a beautiful symbol of change. The world is full of adventure. So you are making waves to have a new experience. Open to what you have never known before. And yeah, as far as intimacy goes, in friendships or a lover, this podcast has been amazingly good practice for me to open up, to be more communicative, to be honest. Can I talk like this to a real person face to face? Not yet, but I can talk to my iPad, and it's a start. So as these waves open up to deep communication, open up to honesty, open up to extended eye contact and creepily long hugs with everyone, especially special friends. Open up to this. Yeah, you've never had a relationship where you truly had each other's back, where you truly loved without a guard, without your guard around your heart. Why don't you open up to that idea? Why don't you open up to having like so much fun? Why don't you open up to having so much love, something that you have never known before? Yeah, I've never known true intimacy with a man. Truly, true intimacy. Yeah, that would be something that would explain why the Fool is reversed, right? Because it's like, well, it's not that it's impossible, but like chicory and dandelion, we're just saying you're going to have to really make strong intentions, and every moment to moment remind yourself of your willingness. It's like you keep telling your higher self and Holy Spirit and your inner teacher, I am willing to learn. I am willing to be open. I am willing to be open to what I have never known before. So just like the dandelion seeds that float freely in all directions, when you make a wish and blow off the fuzzy puff heads. She's a poet. You got to trust the changing winds as you embark on a new journey. So yeah, maybe you go this way and then that way, and you never did it like that before, but could you trust? Could you have perfect faith that now that you handed your life over to divine guidance, to divine love, that there is a divine order, that you are taken care of, you are guided? Can you have that perfect faith and perfect trust that even if the winds do change, even if the waves get a little intense in a good way, okay, don't label it bad, it's just something that you have never experienced, so it might feel brand new, it might feel a little too good. Can you trust as you embark on a new journey? So good mascot for the whole ride in the wave, a happy, sunny, yellow dandelion, right? Bright and spirited. And think about dandelion, so persistent and will grow anywhere it wants and really thrives no matter what, and really offers everything of itself to anyone and everything. All parts of the dandelion are edible or have medicine. And it's like, can you be a dandelion in your life? Like, you're so open. All aspects of you are accessible. You know, you have nothing to hide. You are who you are. You're being true to yourself. You're being true to what you're passionate about. And that puts you in the perfect place to follow your dream seeds. So keep your mind open. Where am I making waves in my life? Well, something that you have never known before is what Dandelion says. Something you have never known before is these waves coming in. So be open. Be willing to experience life as a beginner. Be a pioneer. You will find wisdom in unlikely places, in unlikely partnerships. Chicory just wanted to chime in there. Yeah, so be open, be willing. You don't know everything. Trust us, your guides are like, you don't know anything. So be a beginner, be open, and be adventurous to ride the waves. Okay, third and final card. What did you get? I'm like, if you're on Instagram, please tag me at Herb Oracle so I can, if you share your readings publicly, I want to look. I want to see it. I do. I want to see it. And you know what? What a great thing. Maybe if you have never, why don't you come out of the closet, you little mermaid, and show everybody what you've been playing with and maybe inspire somebody else. This is definitely the year to do it. It's time, it's time, it's time. You know, see it as a little adventure, maybe like once a week. Do a little spread and share it on your feed, on your socials. I'm just saying, use your socials for good. Okie doke, ready? What's our last thing? What is washing away from me at this time? Ooh. All right. What is washing? Hopefully all the bullshit. Hopefully all the bullshit is washing away from me. Hopefully my limited thinking, my insecurities, they could wash away from me. I don't know. Look at me losing myself in self-reflection. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Sometimes I ask the question and I'm like, I already know the answer. So let's see here. What are we doing? All right. What's washing away from me? Birch. All the birches in my life. I don't think I've ever pulled this card before. Like, I don't even remember seeing this card in this deck. It's 7 of Water. Have I? I don't think I've ever pulled this card before. It's so cute. Okay, so they've got like little birch sticks. Okay, look, hold on, let me back up. There's like a slice of birch trunk that they're using like a cutting board or a serving tray, and there's this crystal pitcher of water. Oh, I wonder if it's birch sap. I wonder if you can do that. There's glasses and chalices on the windowsill, some white, some opaque, some indigo blue or cobalt blue. There's tree alphabet drawing hanging on a little bit of the wall there. It looks like a birch covered vase. There's a book, 2 books. One of them I can see says Folklore of Trees. The trees better not be washing away from me. Come back. No, I feel like when I said birch, of course, you know me, I thought of the word bitch. So I'm hoping the bitches are washing away from me. But I also kind of hope that they come back to me when they're ready to let that judgment go. I know, you bitches, I love you, and I'll always be a bitch, but I'm just becoming more of a loving bitch. And I think that's fine. I think it's totally fine to be a loving bitch. I will stand by that wholeheartedly. But when you are a bitch, that it basically is poisoning you because you're cold-hearted, you're resentful, you're closed off, you're judgmental, you're not having any fun, everyone's annoying you, you're constantly in a state of tolerance, and it's really not that admirable because you're just stewing and brewing and steaming under your skin, like just wishing everyone would leave you the fuck alone. That could be washed away from us at this point, right? I could certainly let the waters cleanse and purify me. Let seaweed come in and remove that cyst that I have created with resentment. And not that there's like an actual lump or cyst in me, but it's like, think about it. If the energy is trying to flow and you've created a blockage with your hatefulness, with your unenthusiasm, like it's just totally like, right? Like you just, like I said, like I'm like ready to clock out permanently at the end of 2021 because I'm just not having any fun. When I get in those lower states, that stuff could definitely wash away from me at this time. So it's not really like there's any bitches that need to leave me other than the JB, other than the bitch that is me, that's constantly trying to remove me. It's like such a weird relationship. It's a self-sabotage relationship. Yeah. And so as I look at the seaweed and understand like how it clears the body, and tomorrow we're going to power up centering, balance, and purification. How can we purify ourselves so that as the new waves come in, the foolish, fun waves, adventurous, something like we've never had before, how can we release the things that we need to? How can we just time to let it go? Time to let it go. It's just an old story. It's just an old perspective of the ego. So let's see what Seven of Water has to say. I'll give it a chance now to talk. All right, so Birch says, what is washing away from you at this time? Well, let's see. Birch says, imagine the possibilities. Choose one option out of many. Birch also says, open your heart to wisdom from soul. Toast to a fresh start. So I think I am totally on the right track. It's like, what is washing away from me? Like, well, I've got to let all the old stuff go if a fresh start is trying to wave in, roll in, splash in. How else? Smash in. How else is this energy coming in? All right, so let's see. Words. Birch says, look for the common root in your many desires and clear out unhealthy illusions. So there's our answer in the guidebook of the Herb Crafters Tarot, my sweet, steady, monogamous tarot deck that I use here at Ho. What is washing away from me at this time? Unhealthy illusions. Maybe even the ones that we thought were healthy. Illusions are illusions. The only truth that exists is love. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. It's either love or it's not. And in every moment and in every choice, in every mermaid moment that we have, it's like, is it love or is it not? Am I loving in the depths, or is this just an illusion of the shallows? And then we choose and we choose and we continue to choose love. We continue to imagine the possibilities of, like Dandelion said, experiencing something that you never have before. Like Chicory is exhibiting in its community, right? It's like, can you even imagine what it's like to release your long-held beliefs and be open to your internal guidance? Imagine the possibilities of this unlikely partnership. Imagine the possibilities of a new adventure. Can you put aside your know-it-all tendencies? You don't know. You really don't know. So be a beginner. Be courageous. Be adventurous. Open your heart to wisdom from soul. Open your heart to the wisdom. So yeah, like I said, ego is more than happy to give you its wisdom and its guidance, but it will steer you wrong. It will. It'll keep you wanting. It will keep you unsatisfied. It will keep you looking but never finding. And it's really time to wash away the illusions. Let the new waves of energy that are coming into your life wash away the illusions and dive in to these possibilities and work towards having more love. Figure out. Birch says, figure out what's at like the heart of all of your desires. Like, you have truly just one desire, and it is love. It really is. Why do you do or want to do anything? It's for happiness and love. So there are countless forms of divination tools. And in this picture, we have the Ogham staves, the tree alphabet. Birch grows from multiple stems from one trunk. It grows multiple stems from one trunk. Think about that symbolism. There is one source. There is one ocean. There is one trunk, multiple stems. So I really feel like this Mermaid Tarot spread is a message of unity. Like I said, the mermaid and the seal, an unlikely partnership, but look how much fun she's having with him. Look how much fun she's having with him. Leave that mermaid alone, you Birch. I love this. Listen to what Birch says. It goes so perfect to wrap up our tarot spread, our Tarot Tuesday. When you hear a call to explore the depths, and remember, seaweed and the curandura of water said, hear the siren's call. When you hear the call, and it's calling you, you stay to the end of this podcast, it is calling you. When you hear a call to explore the depths, You may have several paths to pursue. Look for the common root in your many desires and clear out unhealthy illusions. Use divination to consider the path you will take. Tap into the wisdom deep within your heart to divine the message, to hear the message, to tap into the divine. Your soul will give you direction. Your inner teacher will give you direction. Listen and receive. Make a clean choice and toast your decision. So I absolutely have loved this Mermaid Tarot spread, and I absolutely love that everything coming in today is detoxifying, is purifying. Birch water can detoxify and cleanse. Dandelion, obviously, big on the liver detox. Chicory will get you farting. It's very cleansing and purifying. Seaweed, very purifying and cleansing and even dissolving of that which should not be there. So let's dissolve our illusions together. Let's be the happy, sweet mermaids in this divine ocean of life. I'm just really ready to have a good time with you guys and everyone and all the seals and all the Davids, and really just know that this is the path I want to take. I am allowing myself to be guided. So I'm just going to ride the wave. I'm going to wash away, clean up, let those illusions fall away. I'm going to keep on diving into the depths and working towards the one thing that's at the root of everything that I've ever desired, and that is love. Truly, that is love.